I try and watch more horror movies than usual in October, but I think I had a little bit of everything. So let's talk about what I watched in October of last year. So the first film I watched in October is Once Upon a Time in China. Guys, I'm a big Hong Kong cinema fan. As you can see, I got Kung Fu Hustle back there. Favorite actress is Maggie Chung, Tung Man Yu. And got the Hero poster up there. One of my favorite films. So definitely like the Hong Kong movies. I like martial arts. But this is released in 1991, directed by Choi Hark. He is one of the legends of Hong Kong cinema, guys. So it's starring Jet Li, Win Biao, Jackie Chung, Rosamund Kwong, and Kent Chung. And guys, take a look at this. Stunts were Wen Wu Ping was involved, so you know it's going to be a banger. Wen Wu Ping is one of the greatest stunt fight choreographers ever. He did the Hollywood got him to do the Matrix films. So, guys, you got Choi Hark and Jet Li and Win Biao together. Outstanding martial arts. I think Hong Kong comedy is kind of tough sometimes because I don't get the jokes. But I think I did laugh in this one more often than not. So that was a bonus. But you get a little bit of Chinese history as well. So the plot kept me engaged. Sometimes I'm just begging for the action, but the plot was pretty good. So I gave this one 4.5 stars out of 5. You guys want a banger martial arts action film, check out Once Upon a Time in China. So second film I watched was The Evil Dead. This is released in 1981, directed by Sam Raimi. And this had a hellish filming experience, guys. Let me do the cast. Bruce Campbell, Ellen Sandweiss, Richard DeManicore, Betsy Baker, and more. But yeah, man, really torturous. I listened to a few podcasts, man, and the making of this was pretty gnarly. They went through hell to make this movie. So I'm curious what y'all think of that tree scene. I don't know if that's aged well, man. Like, was that really necessary to be assaulted by a tree, man? It was kind of like, I don't know. I guess they're trying to make it scary or something. But I mean, this is low budget filmmaking at its finest. I rate this one 5 stars out of 5. The practical effects are amazing. Sam Raimi knows how to do movie magic. There's a lot of tricks he does with the camera and editing. And it's like, wow, how did he do that on a very low budget, So it's an all-timer, guys. Gotta rate it 5 stars out of 5. And it's scary too, man, when they're like, we're gonna get you, not another peep. That is scary. So I give that's an all-timer, man. So Evil Dead 2 was the third film I watched. This was released in 1987 by Raimi, starring Bruce Campbell, Sarah Berry, Dan Hicks, Ted Raimi, I think that's his brother, Casey De Paiva. I gave this one 5 stars out of 5 again. So it's kind of like a unofficial. It's like a sequel, but it's like not related plot wise. It's kind of like its own movie. It kind of just has the same stuff, out in the cabin in the woods. But you've got more movie magic by Sam Raimi, and he ratchets it up even more. So although it's kind of the same premise, I mean, everything's like just as good, if not better. Bruce Campbell shows how he can do physical comedy, and he's just a good comedic actor in general. He really shines here. I think he's better in the sequel than the first film. So 5 stars out of 5 for Evil Dead 2, guys. 5 is the max score I give out here. Return to the Living Dead 3, guys. This is directed by Brian Yuzna. Released in 1993. Starring Melinda Clarke, J. Trevor Edmund, Kent McCord, Sarah Douglas, James T. Callahan, and more. But, yeah, dude, this is pretty low budget. And, I think the zombies look pretty cool. Or the living dead, as you say. and I gave this one 3.5 stars out of 5. Um, I think Melinda Clark is probably the star here. I don't know. This guy never gives up on her, even though she's like, look at her, dude. She's totally jacked up. But I think for the budget, what they were able to do with the low budget, and like the kills in this one were pretty gnarly. They come across this Latino gang, and like, man, she picks them off one by one. And yeah, so solid story. You got a little bit of a romantic angle in there. Thought that was cool. And yeah, man, 3.5 stars out of 5. I totally skipped Return of the Living Dead 2 because I heard that one was ass. Not watching that. So next film I watched, I like crime movies, guys. I got a crime film recommendation right here. This is released in 1973, directed by John Flynn, starring Robert Duvall, rest in peace, Karen Black, Joe Don Baker, Robert Ryan. So this is I gave it 4 stars out of 5. It's kind of, you can call it a revenge movie as well, because Robert Duvall's brother, I think, gets killed, I believe, by a mob outfit, and he teams up with his buddy Joe Don Baker, and they go ripping off the crime syndicate. They pull multiple jobs, man, and just seeing them ripping off dudes on the run, and you get a great shootout at the end. A couple great shootouts, actually. A couple good ones. But I like when Robert Duvall calls the guy, "You cracker asshole," with a shotgun. He has like a little accent too. It's pretty cool. So 4 stars out of 5, y'all. Check out The Outfit. Good crime movie right there. So I try to go to the movie theaters often. Did I watch this in the theaters? I feel like I did. I think I gave this immaculate 1 star. Boo hiss, boo hiss. Directed by Michael Mohan, released 2024. Starring Sydney Sweeney, Alvaro Morte, Simona Tabasco, Benedetta Borgaroli. Sorry, I just butchered everything there. But man, Sydney Sweeney is just here as like a sexual object. The more the film goes on, they show like a little bit more skin, a little bit more side boob than usual. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the scares are just like, you know, she walks around a corner. What's around the corner? Oh, jump scare. You know what I mean? I did not like this movie at all. Almost gave it the worst review possible. So, and when gore does happen, it's just for shock value. I hate that shit, man. So, immaculate, boo-hoo. 2 thumbs down, mother sucker. I don't like that at all. So, Halloween, I never seen the reboot, so I decided I should have went with the Rob Zombie one first, but I did the David Gordon Green 2018 Halloween. I gave it 3.5 out of 5. It starts off horribly. There's a couple or 2 people there that want to interview Michael, and like he's like, "Michael," and he's like he holds up his mask, and it like cuts to credits to start the movie. It's super awkward and stupid, but the movie recovers. I found it pretty entertaining. The body count is high, which is a little strange. I feel like he's killing for a little too much, you know? You got to stalk and get your kills one by one. He goes a little, like, house to house. He gets a little crazy there, so. But, I mean, it is a Halloween movie. You want carnage, right? So. But I forgot to say the cast. Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Andy Machiak, James Jude Courtney, Nick Castle as the Shape, they call it. Will Patton. We like Will Patton. Man, I wish I had more to say about this, but I was entertained, guys. The kills were pretty fast and swift. It wasn't like gore porn, so that's the way I like my kills, by the way. So we got the Rob Zombie 2007 Halloween movie right here, starring Malcolm McDowell, Sherry Moon Zombie, Tyler Maine, Scout Taylor Compton, Brad Dourif, Danielle Harris, what's up? Scream Queen, William Forsythe, Danny Trejo, Sid Haig, rest in peace, is also in this. That's cool. Danny Trejo has a pretty memorable performance in this. I gave this one 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed the backstory, how he came to be. So, really enjoyed showing how they started as a kid, man, how he became effed up. His parents were a little, I don't know what's with Rob Zombie and showing like destitute white families. I feel like that's a shtick, but and then yeah, man, it goes it just feels pretty fresh and more original than the David Gordon Green one. So all right, guys, one battle after another. Saw this one in theaters. You know, when I saw it, man, I was pretty thrilled. I was like, wow, this is a 5-star film. But then I kept thinking about it and listening to podcasts, and fuck this movie, man. It's not gonna age well. It's to me, it's anti-black, anti-revolutionary. But I had to downgrade it to 2 stars because it wasn't a waste of time, you know. I was thrilled, but I'm sick of movies like not really saying much, you know. They make 2 of the main black characters rats, and then they just throw them away completely. She falls into the arm of a white guy. I know, like, he's incompetent, but it's like, look at the poster, man. Fucking DiCaprio. To me, it's a white savior fucking movie. And I don't know, man. I'm just, are you gonna really, want to do a revolutionary act after seeing this movie? No. This is Hollywood, man. So, and overrated. 2 stars out of 5 for one battle after another. Let's go to the next film. Insidious. 2 stars out of 5. Man, I just kept, I had to stop and start this like 3 times, man. This is directed by James Wan, 2010. Starring Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, Lynn Shay, Ty Simpkins. But I don't know, man. It just doesn't slap for me. Does not slap. I will give the ending some credit there. Kind of faked me out. But not really my cup of tea, man. Not my cup of tea. Didn't like that one. Time Crimes. You guys looking for a time travel movie? I think this is from Spain. Directed by Nacho Vigalondo. Released in 2007. Starring Cara El Holiday, Candela Fernandez, Barbara Gonaga, and Nacho Vigalondo himself. I give this one 3.5 out of 5. It's one of the easier time travel movies to follow. I find that they make up the rules so much in time travel movies, it doesn't make sense, but fairly easy to follow, man. Does keep you guessing, obviously, but yeah, man. So this guy really kind of freaked me out with that. Look what he's doing, man, with this little bandages on his face. So you want a good time travel movie? Check out Time Crimes, man. 3.5 stars out of 5. So that's October. Next up is going to be November. I'm catching up, y'all. I'm being a good content creator. Trying my best. We'll be caught up to March and April in no time. So, bam, there you go. That is what I watched in October of 2025. So,